Oh boy, time now for another episode of Mr. Nailsin Sunday Comics, and continuing on with the next page where we left off last week in Miss Fury. So, I don't know, Miss Fury's wanted for crimes, and now they think it's this guy who was Miss Fury. Anyway, let's get started. Say, that must be why the district attorney came racing down here at this hour of the night. Sure. You can't tell, maybe something big is cooking. He and Carrie are in there with Rico now. Go on, Rico. Keep talking. That Miss Black Fury, whom Detective Carey has been so gallantly shielding, is none other than Baroness Erica von Kampf. Hold on, Rico. First, you told us the bag you were carrying contained vials of powder called acrothorium. Yep, that's a thing. Then we find the bag empty. That's because acrothorium doesn't hold any physical substance. You just have to kinda know it's there by intuition. What? Never mind. Now you say Miss Fury is Baroness von Kampf, and we happen to know that right now she's in South America. What? She can't be. She was in the nurse's apartment this very night. Another thing, I got this costume from the terrace of her apartment some time ago. I just tend to pick up women's outfits and try them on. It's just something I do. Listen, Rico, you're in a tough spot right now. You'd better tell the truth and talk fast. What about this acrothorium business? And who is the Gruen guy you mentioned? Gruen? Did I mention him? I don't remember him. Me neither, but let's just say you did. Outside, a rain-drenched figure moves closer to the partially opened window. So, the craven whelp already mentioned my name. Oh, that must be Gruen. Okay. And he's now about to tell of the acrothorium, eh? Well, maybe this will do something. I guess it's supposed to be a gun? Yeah, okay. Whatevs. Oh boy, I didn't see this coming. Huh? I guess. Okay, he shot, missed, and he shot back. Who knows? Anyway, let's go somewhere else. Mailman and a maid.
Oh, Kippy, Miss Marla hasn't come home all night. I'm nearly crazy with worry.
I looked at all these papers. There's no mention of her, but that phony Fury was shot to death. Oh, so I guess that's him. Oh, falling. Yeah, okay. The murderer who was masquerading in Miss Marla's costume was a guy by the name of Rico. It was while the district attorney and Detective Carey were questioning him that a tall man, whom the police believe was Rico's accomplice, fired a shot through the window. The tall guy managed to get away, but the shot proved fatal to Rico, and just before he kicked off, Rico confessed the Novak murder. There's his picture.
Great heavens, look at the size of that bullet hole. Then it was he who Miss Marla was battling when I phoned the police. But what happened to Miss Marla?
Hey, here's something. The columnist Mitchell hints that the real Miss Marvel, who originally wore the costume and helped the John Dorrance nab Killer Dawson, also had a hand in the capture of the phony Black Fury. There's another item here about Miss Marla's engagement to Gary Hale.
There's the bill.
Okay. I guess she's lost all interest in things about Miss Marla.
Oh, hello, Miss Gary. Miss Marla isn't home right now.
No? Well, I'll wait for her. I know she expects me, though maybe I'm a little early.
Now that I recall, Mr. Gary, Miss Marla said she'd be out shopping most of the day. She may have forgotten you'd be here.
Oh, no, she couldn't have, Francine. She was supposed to go with me to select the ring. As it happens, I've already picked one. Wow!
It's absolutely magnificent, Mr. Gary. She'll be crazy about it. If only we could get him out of the way for a couple of hours.
Sure is some sparkler. I hope she comes home soon. I'm anxious to know if she'll like it. So I decided to start playing the piano. No bother about me, Francine. I'll entertain myself until Marla gets here. But meanwhile, at the bottom of a narrow air shaft...
I've called and called. Why doesn't someone unlock the door? Help me out of here. Every bone aches. My arm must be broken. And
Well, this is pretty rough for typical superhero stories, especially since she's just sort of accidentally one. Kind of hand it to him. That is kind of an interesting take on this whole ordeal. But anyway.
I'm cold, so cold. Why doesn't Francine come? Cappy, somebody. Oh, Gary. My arm. It must be broken.
Yeah, I thought we already established that.
It aches so much. Even the cold doesn't numb the pain. Oh, Gary, I'm so sorry. I've made such a mess of everything. But I wanted to capture that murderous impostor. Else I'd have been charged with those crimes he committed while masquerading in my costume. I thought the impostor was a woman.
Well, you would think, but turns out it was a man. But then again, he probably didn't identify as one. But
Anyway, I think I helped the police catch him. I'm not sure. I don't even care. Now,
Mr. Gary is still waiting for Miss Marla. He thinks she's shopping. I didn't dare tell him that she wasn't home all last night. Something dreadful must have happened, Cappy.
I go off duty soon. Maybe I can help look for her, but right now I got work to do. Give me that address and I'll search every house from cellar to roof in the neighborhood.
Good. Here, take the key to Miss Marla's car.
Meantime, you'd better get Mr. Gary out of here. If he sees the costume Miss Marla's wearing, he'll know she's Miss Fury, and because of the crimes that phony Fury committed before he was caught, Mr. Gary wouldn't understand. Well, I don't think he would understand regardless, but, Can't understand why Marla isn't back yet. It seems so strange that she'd forget our date, particularly since she was to go with me to select the engagement ring. She doesn't know that I had already picked one out. The best money could buy. I wanted to surprise her. Hang it all, I wish she'd come home soon. I might have to go take a dump.
Mr. Gary, I'm sure Miss Marla forgot that you'd be here, and she'll probably be out shopping the rest of the day.
Oh, yes, I get it. Trousseau shopping. Well, I'll amble on home till... Tell her to give me a call, Francine, as soon as she comes in. Hours later. I've searched all over the neighborhood, even in these old air shafts, and still no sign... What? Great Scott, what's that? That's about the 10th time I've called. Marla can't be out shopping at this hour. Come to think of it, I called at least a dozen times last night, and she wasn't home then either. Francine and Cappy have been acting mighty strange, too. I don't get it. There's something going on, and I mean to find out what it is. Uh-oh. Doop-a-doop-a-doo.
Cappy, you found Miss Marla. Is she badly hurt?
Yeah, we'd better get a doctor right away.
What could have happened? Where'd you find her?
I'll tell you later. Good thing you got rid of Mr. Gary. I was afraid he'd see her in that costume. Be very careful now. How you move her, Francine. I think her left arm is fractured. Now, call the doctor now.
Oh, my arm aches so. What time is it? Gary, where's Gary? I must get up. Where are my clothes? Please, Miss Marla, stay quiet. You've been very ill. The doctor will be here any minute. Yeah, I hear voices now.
No, you can't go in, Mr. Gary. Since when are you giving orders? I know Marla's in there. I heard her call my name. There's something going on around here, and by heaven, I mean to find out what it is. I'm warning you, Cappy. Step aside, or I'll... Marla! Dum, dum, dum. Marla, honey, where were you? I've been calling you ever since yesterday.
Oh, let go of me. Let go of me.
He breaks her arm further. Now he's red with rage. I'm sorry. I didn't know I was so distasteful to you. Guess I'm a little slow to take a hint. I'm beginning to understand now why you've been ducking me, not even bothering to answer my telephone calls, ghosting me, eh? And why you didn't keep our date to select the engagement ring. You didn't know that I'd already bought it. Wanted to surprise you, but I see now that I was the one due for a surprise. I certainly must have inconvenienced you when I hung around here for 5 hours today. No wonder there were so many whispered conferences between Francine and Cappy. What? You won't need Cappy as a bodyguard anymore to keep pests away, for this is one pest who'll never bother you again.
No, no, you don't understand, Gary. Come back, come back. No.
Days later.
I don't understand it. Doctor, she was fine this morning.
It's a good thing you called me again, 'cause she's dead. Well, obviously not, but man, that's some thick lines on there. Anyway, Miss Marla is worse, eh, Francine?
Yes, Cappy, much worse. It's the aftermath of lying in that cold-ass shaft all through the night when it rained so hard. It's all my fault, too. I should have gone back to search for her that same night.
Yes, but you've always been lazy. But anyway, you didn't know where she was, Francine, so, I guess it's not really your fault. She was coming along nicely the last few days until she sent me to get Mr. Gary, and I found out he'd taken a plane to South America. Okay, this happened in between pages, I guess. Then she just sort of went all to pieces. I tried to find out exactly where he went, but they wouldn't give me any information, so, I gave up. And it's really my fault that she had that misunderstanding with Mr. Gary, because
Yes, this is an emergency case. We've got to have an oxygen tank immediately.
Meanwhile, in the city of Rio de Janeiro, and we were to be married next month. Just goes to prove that a guy can never figure out a woman, or trust her either. I still can't understand what made her change so. It couldn't have been anything I did. I mean, come on, it's me. I'm perfect. I'd never believed Marla could turn against anyone for no reason. But looks like she did, because, come on, I'm perfect. Yet a whole week has passed and no word from her. Like, what is she, in a coma or something? Come on. I left instructions that if Miss Marla Drake called, to give her my address here. Well, I guess Cappy never got them. Maybe Cappy's got a thing for Marla, and he's getting around. Well, maybe we'll find out the next exciting episode of Mr. Nailsin's Sunday Comics.